And I realized money is not the only thing which you should be striving for in this dunya. When you go to London or Istanbul or any other multi-million city, you would expect lots of chaos and traffic and pollution. Yeah. But in Tokyo, we didn't experience that.
When I went Turkey on the streets of Istanbul, I'm ordering let's say an Adana, and I'm like, what's going on with this, man? Gokyuzu's better than...
So when you travel, it's not only just for pleasure. It's also about learning. What motivated most was we're actually solving a problem for a lot of people.
al-Majlis مع Musa Adnan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to the al-Majlis podcast. We are here in the Majlis, and we have a number of guests with us, mashallah, today. We have altogether 6 people here with us today in the Majlis. Only 2 of us you can see. It's a pleasure of me that we have joining us for this episode, in this conversation, our brother Ufuk, and we also have our brother Anwar. And both of these guys, mashallah, they're co-founders of the popular website, which you might have used in the past, halalbooking.com.
You might have used.
Hopefully you have used.
You should have used.
You should have used. Yeah, okay. See, he's doing the marketing here. We're going to discuss that after the podcast now. We're going to have to settle that. I'm only joking. It's a pleasure to have you, brother.
Jazakallah. Thank you very much for having me.
May Allah bless you.
It's a pleasure to meet you here at the Majlis. Inshallah, let's have a nice conversation.
It's going to be very, very nice, inshallah. We've also got brother, can I mention your name? Brother Julian joining us as well. One of the brothers from the locality. He's also a revert brother, mashallah. Where do you guys think he's from?
What was your name?
Julian.
Somewhere Eastern Europe? Slovakia?
Close. We're neighbors.
So,
a bit bigger than Slovakia.
He's
like Hungary.
Even closer.
It borders Hungary.
We have borders with Hungary.
Austria? No.
Oh. Borders with Austria.
He's from Romania.
You're testing my geographic skills.
Romania,
okay.
Mashallah.
Bigger than,
Yeah, so alhamdulillah, we've got our brother Muhammad Zain in the house. And we've got our producer actually, Bakush. Mashallah. That's what we're going to be calling him, Bakush. Mashallah, tabarakallah. So let's get straight to it, inshallah. You are a co-founder of a, mashallah, I would say successful company, quite a big company, well known. I actually recently used it. I'm going to be going on holiday with my family to Dubai in a few months, and we actually used it. I booked 3 hotels through Halal Booking.
Excellent.
Don't ask me why I booked 3 hotels. I mean, that's a long story, but we can get into it if we need to. So I wanted to speak with you about tourism. I checked your Instagram the other day.
Okay.
And I was very, very
embarrassing.
I was pleased to find out that you were in Japan recently.
True.
Was it recent?
It was last year in June, actually. This month, last year. Yeah.
Okay. MashaAllah.
We went as a family,
So I've been twice in the last year. How did you find Japan?
To be honest, it was mainly my wife and my 2 daughters who kept asking me, like, we need to go to Japan. We want to go to Japan. Mm-hmm. And, for me, it was a country, yes, it was on my list, but it was not top of my list. Huh. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an eye-opener because, we arrived in Tokyo, and obviously it's a multi-million population city. And you would expect it to be very chaotic and noisy, etc. But completely the opposite. It was surprisingly very, very calm and quiet.
Yeah.
And people are very friendly and very polite.
Yeah.
Completely the opposite of when you go to London or Istanbul or any other multi-million city. You would expect lots of chaos and traffic and pollution. But in Tokyo, we didn't experience that. Obviously, hotel rooms are small, everything is a bit more compact, etc.
Exactly.
But people are very, very friendly and always smiling. I mean, even when you use Uber, etc., the drivers, they get off the car, they greet you and make a bow in front of you and, help you with your luggage.
They're well dressed as well.
Very well dressed, uniform, white gloves and everything.
Yeah.
Everything is absolutely spotless.
Yeah.
And the best was obviously the washrooms, the toilets. I mean, it's amazing experience for a Muslim.
Yeah.
You walk in and, through the sensors, the toilet door already opens up and you've got all these buttons to press. You can choose music, you can choose you can regulate the water stream, everything is just perfect. It's very enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
It seems like you had a great time with the No, but honestly, on a serious note, like actually, in our house we had a Japanese toilet. I don't know how many years ago, man, like 7-8 years ago, we had a Japanese toilet. It was a Samsung toilet. My mum got it fitted in our house. And it was exactly what you said. It was a Japanese toilet. It cleans you, does everything. But I think this is one of the main things about Japan, that it's such a clean country. And especially in the last few years, I mean, within the time you've gone as well, the tourism, Muslim tourism has really gone up.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of people going to Japan now from different countries.
No, you are absolutely right. There's an increased demand. Even I think it was last week, I was sitting with one of Anwar's regional managers. He was looking after Asia Pacific. So we're looking at what destinations are trending, and Japan surprisingly was one of them which was coming up without a big effort from our side. So it's just a trend on its own, and it's no surprise because. During the pandemic, they had the Olympics there.
Yeah.
And they did quite a big effort to attract Muslim tourists as well. So a lot of halal restaurants opened up. There was more awareness about what halal is, etc.
Exactly.
So, and it's, if you like seafood, obviously sushi, that type of food is easy to eat. I mean, easy to find, and you don't need huge amount of effort to find a restaurant. In that respect, so food wise, it's not a massive problem.
It's not a massive problem.
And then also cleanliness wise, hygiene wise, it's also easy.
Shall I be honest with you though about the food? The first time I went, I felt more of what you're saying, which is that it's not a massive problem, right? The second time I went to Japan, I came across things which made me a bit paranoid about the food. So I'll tell you.
Okay.
I noticed, because the concept of, like, for us as Muslims, we know what halal means. Halal isn't only about the slaughter. It's also maybe, for example, the way you cook the food, right? So I noticed that I'll give you a short story. For example, we went to one of the main restaurants, halal restaurants. It's marketed as halal in Kyoto. Okay.
Kyoto,
And when we went to it, we waited, we wanted to get seats, etc. So then when we eventually got a seat in the restaurant, they sat me, I'm the worst person they could have sat in this location, right? They sat me right in front. It was one of those restaurants where you can see the kitchen.
Right.
So you can see what they're cooking right in front of you, right? So they sat me right in front of the grill. And I don't exaggerate, the grill was maybe this big, like that. It was like this, okay? So I looked around. There's a bee in here or something. It's really annoying me. I don't know how we're gonna deal with that. I mean, whatever.
That's our
But we have to just ignore it. But so when I sat there, okay, I'm looking around in the kitchen. There's no other grill.
It's just one grill. Yeah.
One grill. So I'm thinking, this restaurant, it sells haram burgers and halal ones as well. So how are they doing this?
Yeah.
So I asked the brother who was with us, who could speak Japanese, speak to the owner, like, what's happening here? So when he spoke to him, he said, we would cook the burgers on the same thing.
Yeah.
By the way, without cleaning it or anything. So we were like, my friend tried to explain to him. I told my friend afterwards that we have to speak to him about this. But anyway, because it was towards the end of the restaurant's closing time, long story short, he said, we'll clean it for you and use new utensils and everything and make it for you, which alhamdulillah they did. They were Japanese people are nice people. They'll do it for you. But this made me realize a big problem. And that is that some people, it's not because of maliciousness, they don't actually know what halal means. They think it's only the slaughter. The slaughter's fine. We can do whatever we want to the meat. So then afterwards, we explained to him that you know, it can't be like this. Like all of these Muslims coming here, they're coming here because they're assuming what we assumed, right? And then he was kind of like, oh, but we didn't really market that. It's not 100% halal. Like, you know, there was a bit of a thing there. So I noticed that there are some of these things. But as you said, because the Muslim industry is growing in Japan and stuff like that, the opportunity for halal tourism.
No, obviously, you know, you can't be 100% sure about these things. So it's better to have a suspicious eye when you go into these type
sometimes,
of restaurants. But, you know, I prefer
Fully
this
halal.
type of places. I prefer more seafood.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
you can't get things wrong there.
It's harder to
and
go
also,
wrong,
I usually check, do they offer meat as well in that restaurant?
yeah.
So if there's meat, there is a risk of cross-contamination.
Yeah.
But, you know, I prefer just the seafood just to be on the safe side, or vegetarian stuff. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I want to ask you, because I feel like I didn't give you a justified introduction. So for myself as well, this is actually the third time I'm meeting Ufuk, right? So I would like to ask you if you could tell us a bit more about yourself, introduce yourself a bit more, actually. So I know, mashallah, one thing I know about you is that you are, of course, one of the co-founders of Halal Booking.
Yeah.
I know that you're involved in the marketing of the project, mashallah. Tell us a little bit more as well.
Yeah, I mean, just about myself, I'm already 46.
Okay, mashallah. You look much younger, honestly.
Thank you, Jazakallah. I have two daughters. I'm married. Originally, I'm Turkish.
Nice.
I was born and raised in Germany.
Okay.
After uni, I came to the UK, did my master's. I worked 10 years in an oil business,
Nice.
marketing as well.
Okay.
Nice career. Was I enjoyed it, especially in the first few years. Then I started to realize, well, it's not really an exciting product I'm marketing, and I couldn't really see myself doing this for another 30, 40 years.
Okay.
So I was already in my head. I was already starting to get bored and not satisfied. I mean, I was doing a lot of humanitarian projects on the side. So during my holidays, I would go many times. I went, for example, to Indonesia after the tsunami, which was 20 years ago.
Okay.
I went to Pakistan many times.
Nice.
Nepal.
We definitely have to talk about that. Muhammad's become shocked at the fact that you've been in Pakistan. For some reason, Muhammad thinks going to Pakistan as a non-Pakistani is something strange, right? So we got to talk about it.
I think I've been to more places in Pakistan. Majority of the Pakistanis in the UK. Every time I have a conversation, a lot of them haven't been to most of the places.
It's probably the case with me as well. Like you've probably been to places I haven't been to.
I mean, that type of things I have been doing.
Nice.
In London, I was running a few Muslim charities as well.
Okay.
And then the opportunity came. Anwar had founded already Halal Booking. Back then, the name was different.
Yeah.
It was called Crescent Tours.
Okay.
And the project had already started to take off in the UK.
Yeah.
Was a small customer base already in place.
Nice.
And the concept was proven. The website was starting to get more sophisticated.
MashaAllah.
And, through friends, Anwar had already, I think there was our CEO was a friend of another friend of ours who Anwar also knows.
Okay.
He basically introduced us and said, look, we're doing this project.
Yeah.
We need someone in marketing. We also want to expand to other markets and need language skills as well, because I've got German, Turkish background.
Mm-hmm.
I was obviously at the beginning very suspicious, like, I'm doing this nice career in a multinational oil company, and then we've got this small startup here.
Yeah.
Is it really a good thing to do? But, I felt like manifold motivated to do this. So one is, I was doing this oil company thing for 10 years back then.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, I got bored, and I realized money is not the only thing which you should be striving for in this dunya.
Yeah, of course.
And, with Halal Booking, what motivated most was we're actually solving a problem for a lot of people.
Yeah.
and we're actually doing something for ourselves, for
Yes.
Muslim travelers, for the Ummah.
Yes.
So it's not just about making money, it's about actually solving a problem, especially when you're going on a beach holiday for your wife, for your daughters, you know, that they have got the opportunity to enjoy themselves as well in a Muslim-friendly, family-friendly environment.
Yeah.
And that motivated me almost more than the opportunity that maybe at some stage as a company we will, you know, get to the IPO stage, which is why this company was set up. We think we can grow this company to a IPO stage, a multi-billion-dollar unicorn, and prove also that Muslims can also build a tech company,
MashaAllah. Yeah.
not just do you know, the restaurants and grocery stores and taxi companies. No disrespect, it's all you know, honorable jobs, but you know, we think we can do this.
100%.
That was one of the other motivators. But then the other one was obviously mainly was doing a service to the community.
Yes. Yes.
Global community, it's scalable. You know, everyone in the world can needs this type of solutions. When you travel, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala basically asked us to travel and learn about the different cultures,
look at the remnants
languages, and learn about what the dunya has to offer. You know, there's also this famous hadith, like, but it's more about knowledge, like to, even if you have to go as far as China to seek knowledge, do it. And, you know, so when you travel, it's not only just for pleasure, it's also about learning. Yeah. So there's the cultural aspect, the historical aspect. So especially for the brothers and sisters who live in the UK, you know, who are born here, who've maybe not such a strong connection to their parents or grandparents' home countries, who haven't really experienced the Adhan, you know, to travel to a Muslim country, it can be very inspirational, and you learn a lot of things. But also, we're being taught, like, you know, that Islam is alien to Europe. Yeah. But it's not the reality.
Absolutely,
I mean,
not.
Islam has been for centuries in Europe. You know, if go to Spain, Andalusia, go to Bosnia, you know, Albania, Kosovo, Macedonia. You know, Muslims have been living there for 600, 700 years. So,
I mean, Julian was mentioning to us earlier that about some of the remnants of, you know, in Romania.
Yeah.
So you can see some of the effects of the Ottomans.
Yeah.
You know, in Romania.
Yeah, a lot of the mosques that are still there are from the Ottoman times, and they refurbished them, obviously. But we also like got gifts from the kings and stuff for the Ottomans, like mosques, buildings, all of that, especially in the southeastern side of Romania, which is bordering with Turkey, of the Black Sea.
yes.
That's when like most of the Muslims there are either like fully Romanians or like fully Turkish or like half Romanians, half Turkish, and so on.
So it emphasizes your point.
Absolutely.
You know, about the whole concept of Islam not being a foreign thing to Europe. One of the really beautiful things I actually, you know, just extracted from some of the things you were saying about yourself, and I think that many people need to actually learn from that, is even if you are making a nice amount of money monthly, salary, it is definitely more than worth thinking about what legacy are you leaving behind, actually, whether it be for your children. And as you said, honestly, and subhanAllah, I find it fascinating that you mentioned this, because earlier, honestly, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about how we have to constantly remind ourselves how short life is, actually. How short life is. We don't have a long time. You know, yesterday, I put this on Instagram. Yesterday, I was walking with my father and a friend, and my father mentioned to his friend, he's a good friend of his from, I don't know, 20 years or so. And he said, oh, Musa's going to be 29 in a couple of months. So when he said that, it kind of hit me, right? Because I was like, that is, I mean, you know, I don't want to make you guys feel bad and stuff like that, but like 29, I feel like that's half of 60. Like that's like half of my life. You know, subhanAllah. What have I done? Have I done anything that's actually meaningful? You know, subhanAllah. We're always thinking about making money. All of us, religious people, non-religious people, We're all thinking about making money, being successful, etc. But there's only one thing that matters actually at the end of the day, subhanallah. And you want to leave, even if it's a sadaqah jariyah, like subhanallah, if you guys passed away, may Allah give you guys long lives in worship. But like if you guys passed away, for example, halal booking, even depending upon your intentions, could be a great form of sadaqah jariyah for you, So I think that's a very, very beautiful point. One of the points I wanted to raise from that.
It's a nice point. I mean, we from time to time we get really nice emails from customers.
Yeah.
Who really, they say, it's such a great thing that you created this opportunity for us to enjoy our holiday in a halal way.
Yeah.
And people make dua, and those are the best emails when we get them. We share them around. Say another,
I can imagine,
because these things come from the heart.
Yeah.
No one is asking them to send such email. People, they feel like they want to thank us, and it's great to hear because we know for some people to go on a holiday can be very difficult because health-wise, maybe financially they're not able, etc. So we appreciate that they put their trust in us. They book through our platform. And when they enjoy it and then, make their dua for us, it's fantastic.
So let's talk about some of you guys' experience with tourism, halal travel, etc. This is actually one of the big things that we wanted to discuss on this. So let's start off with, for example, me asking you, and I hope this isn't too intrusive, but like, what are some interesting facts? I'm going to leave it open for you to tell us anything. What are some interesting facts that you've learned about Muslims traveling through your platform? Maybe it's like certain things that they're choosing that maybe we wouldn't think, maybe certain countries. I don't know. Like, is there any interesting things?
There's a lot of facts. Or maybe Emma can chip in as well. But at the moment, Turkey is our,
it's
biggest destination.
Okay.
And it's because there is, more and more of these resort hotels have popped up in the south coast and west coast.
Is that like Alanya?
Alanya, Antalya, etc. And obviously, it's also because of our contribution. We internationalized these hotels and created more demand for them. The fact is, they are so popular because they are as halal friendly as it can get.
Yes.
Yeah, so they have ladies only pools, men only pools, mixed pools where there's modest swimwear mandatory, so you have to wear a burkini and long shorts, etc.
Okay.
No alcohol, all food is halal. They even have ladies only beaches. So it's very halal friendly in that sense. Also the kids entertainment, family friendly, children friendly.
Yeah.
So they are very popular, and people from as far as Canada or Australia jump on a plane to go and make holiday in Alanya, Antalya, which is more known for tourists, for German and Russian tourists who, enjoy themselves. They have their drinks and
what's it
can
known
become
for?
rough. Yeah.
Is it known for some other stuff? Yeah,
but we basically showed that at the same place you can have very halal friendly holiday as well.
Okay.
So that's a fact.
Maybe the viewers are not aware what normally happens in those. Do you want to address some of the what the towns are known for, or no?
Yeah, I mean,
Ufuk was trying to stay politically correct.
I mean, you've got this long stretch from Antalya to Alanya, which is from one end to another end, 2 hours. So 2 hours drive from Antalya to Alanya.
Yeah.
With a nice coast, with a nice beach, a lot of hotels.
Yeah.
The airport is huge. So a lot of international flights arrive in that place.
Yeah.
A lot of the international tour operators, they've got package offers to fly in to do a holiday in Antalya. It's all inclusive. And all inclusive usually also includes alcohol as well. So you pay your package and you can drink and eat as much as you like.
Yeah,
and so a lot of the non-Muslims, they basically
drink their heart out.
They drink a little bit more than they should, and the parties in the evening can become quite rough, and champagne parties and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So it's been popular for that type of holiday.
Okay, fine.
But now, for the last 15 years,
SubhanAllah, that's interesting,
we've got now a huge number also of resort hotels serving just Muslim travelers.
It's interesting because I don't know it like that. Like I only know it in the The Muslim sense.
The Muslim sense.
Like, because my family, like some of my family, some of my cousins, my uncles, even my own family, my immediate family, like my parents and whatnot, they've gone to some of these resorts and stuff like that. Encouraged me to go to some of them as well, actually. Obviously not the haram ones, right? But like, you know, so I didn't actually know that it's got that.
I mean, everyone knows it longer than me, because I think everyone, when he was a student, he already started to do.
I started. The idea started when I was 29, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in mainstream travel business.
Okay.
Selling all the beach resorts, leisure holidays
Okay.
to UK customers. We were one of the top tour operators in the UK.
Okay.
So the idea came when my wife asked me, I want to go on beach holiday. And I was involved in the business.
Yeah.
All the way from Egypt to Morocco, all the coastal resorts.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, okay, there's a problem.
Yeah, there's a hole in the market. Yeah.
Where you want to have a sunbathing, being in a halal environment, etc. So that was our own problem. First of all, we didn't think about okay, how we can solve ummah problem or whatever. But just as a Muslim family, we just wanted to sort out,
Mm-hmm.
And then finding few hotels, checking, etc. Okay, there are some hotels serving catering for this segment. That's how it started. And then later, when receiving such emails from customers, appreciation, etc. Alhamdulillah, it was better than IPO, etc. That's really, hit us, in terms of, okay, this is, we're doing something, okay. You need to make it, bigger. And then, the idea came from being a tour operator to let's be a global platform.
Yeah.
So the business idea changed through the time,
Okay.
when Ufuk joined, we expanded to Germany, etc. And we become a platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice, mashallah. Okay. So Turkey, there's Alanya and those places. And then
we were
also
asking for facts, facts.
Something,
Yeah, I mean,
something we can only learn from you guys.
The general thing is Muslim travelers are in many ways not different from any other travelers. Yeah,
Okay.
so obviously we're after halal food and stuff like that, etc. But and some are more stricter, and they even ask, does this hotel provide a halal certificate, and is the meat in this hotel, hand cut or not? Is it stunned? Blah blah blah.
So on this stuff, do you have a specific country that people are from who are more stricter, for example?
On halal food,
Like would you say UK or?
I would say UK Muslims, but also Malaysians are very on the food side. They are very halal conscious. Yeah.
Okay.
When it comes to beach holidays, Belgium Muslims, British Muslims, they like to go to the beach as well.
That's because we don't see any beaches.
Dubai, for example, is very popular among British Muslims.
Yeah.
Less popular with other countries.
Really?
French, for example, Muslims, they love to go to places like Indonesia, Mauritius, etc.
And this is a significant number. That's why you're mentioning.
Yeah, I'm
right?
generalizing, but we see that's the trend. Or Muslims from, I don't know, Uzbekistan, Chechnya, etc. They like to go, for example, to the Maldives. Or to Sharm el-Sheikh, and to Dubai, etc. So, obviously everyone goes for Umrah. So we have people from all countries going to Umrah.
Yes.
But just in terms of travel trends, these are some of the travel trends.
Interesting.
It depends. I mean, what other facts? Interesting facts. Maybe if I remember something later, I might mention it.
What type of travel do you personally prefer? Because like for me, there's different types of holidays, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like some people, I'll give you an example. My mother, for example, she really likes. I guess maybe because she's very busy and stuff like that. she when she looks for a holiday, she's looking for relaxation. I want to stay in the hotel and I want to use a spa, for example. So she'll project that to me. And I'm thinking, I don't want to go on a holiday and use the spa. I want to go on a holiday and I want to go outside, etc. So what type of holidays do you personally like?
I like scuba diving.
Okay, fine. So you like the adventurous
I like that type of stuff. So, Indonesia, the Maldives, really fantastic places for scuba diving.
Nice.
It's a different world. I mean, have you done scuba diving before?
No, a friend done it. And he was telling me, Akhi, if you do this, like, it's a different world. Like when you go under there, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I've done scuba diving as well.
Where did you do it?
I did it in Santorini in Greece. It is literally one of the most amazing experiences. It's always been on my bucket list, but to find like the right place to do it, subhanAllah, like it's like you're on another world or universe because you're seeing the way that these are things that
seeing a different world underneath you.
Literally, subhanAllah, like this is Khalqullah, literally, like you can't even fathom it, wallahi.
Yeah,
no, it's really, until you've done it, you don't really appreciate it. All these shapes and colors which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, underneath, and it works all in a order. There's a system, like the small tiny fish and the bigger ones and up to the big sharks, there's a hacking order and pecking order, and it's just it's phenomenal. I would definitely recommend for everyone, if you are able, do a scuba diving course, or sometimes they offer these tasters. It's fantastic experience. Especially north of Indonesia. Definitely. I mean, Bunaken Island, North Sulawesi, that area is fantastic. And it's not that expensive as well. In Indonesia and in general is on the price wise, it's more affordable. Maldives is fantastic as well, but it depends where you go. If you go to these resort islands, they can become expensive.
Like, how much would you pay for scuba diving, for example, in some of these countries?
If you do a whole course, it will cost you several £100.
Okay, 300-400 maybe?
More, probably 600-700.
It's quite expensive.
Yeah, because it's not just a half an hour course. It takes a few days.
Okay, fine.
So you usually do it as a group. And our friend has come back again. So you do it as a group, like several people, and it takes a few days, and you have to also pass an exam as well. So that's why it costs a little bit more. But there are different countries, different prices. Once you've done it, you can go scuba diving anywhere in the world. From
you get a license.
Egypt to Maldives to Indonesia, everywhere.
Okay.
So definitely that's something I enjoy. Also, I like also the cultural and historical sites as well.
Yeah.
So, for example, I've been to Andalusia now 3 times.
Nice.
I just like to go back to, all the historical sites there. It's just fantastic how our Muslim forefathers have built these fantastic buildings, mosques in Cordoba, the Mesquita, for example.
Yes.
Or Istanbul is always worth a visit.
Yes.
Or, I went to Oman a few years back. It's just so beautiful, so different from Dubai, for example. So Dubai is modern, it's flashy, everything is fantastic in that sense, but the historical, cultural aspect is missing completely. It's like a Western country in the Middle East. But you just drive 1-2 hours to the south, you're in Muscat, capital of Oman.
Is that how far
it's completely different. Sorry?
Is that how far it is, yeah?
It's very close, yeah.
Like, what, 2 hours you could drive?
Yeah, UAE used to be part of the Omani Empire. So it was just one region of Oman.
Wow.
So even, the Sultan Qaboos, who passed away a few years ago, he was reigning for 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
He actually never sent an ambassador to the UAE because he's in his mind, it was still part of Oman, basically. It's the historical places which you can visit there, but also the landscape, they've got fantastic caves
In
amazing
Oman, yeah?
forts. Yeah. But also fantastic beaches as well.
I think
there's so many places you can visit which are not the typical ones. Or go, for example, to Zanzibar.
Yeah.
The island in front of Tanzania.
My dad always talks about Zanzibar. And
Zanzibar used to be the capital of the Omani Empire for a few years as well.
And they have a big presence there.
Yeah.
And so I actually think, I don't know if you're going to agree with me, but like, no, I'm not. You guys are specialists in this field. Like, you guys work in this field, but like, judging by conversations I'm having with friends and stuff like that, it seems like Oman is really, really making its way on the Muslim tourism map. Like, a lot of people are going to Oman now for travel.
Yeah, if you want to have a different experience, not the luxury side, but Oman is not a poor country. It's a rich country.
But I think they've got some laws in place so that
but they preserve their culture and traditions, and they're not building these skyscrapers everywhere. It's usually low buildings, and it's clean, modern, but with the Muslim culture and history preserved.
Yeah,
and Saudi Arabia is now making big strikes as well to open the country for tourism, not just for Hajj and Umrah, but actually for
other things,
for leisure tourism, for cultural tourism.
Yeah,
and as I didn't know until 3-4 years ago, there's so much to see in Saudi Arabia as well. I was surprised. So I did a short tour there a few years back.
Yeah.
And there's so much to see there as well. It's a massive country as well. It's huge.
This is what, and I think, so I'm very happy you mentioned the point about Andalusia, etc., and all of these places, because for me, as someone who's, one of my main interests is history. I done my bachelor's and master's in history, alhamdulillah. And I love reading about history. I love, going to historical sites, etc. For me, once you've read the history of a place, like when you go to, for example, Bosnia, and you are aware of the history of Bosnia, the Ottoman presence in Bosnia, etc., and, World War II, etc., and all of those different things, like, it's crazy. One of the things that we had in Bosnia, the location where Ferdinand was shot.
Yeah, by the Latin Bridge.
Yeah. Where he was shot at, where he was killed.
Yeah.
You can stand there, and right around the corner you see across an Ottoman masjid. Like, and the point that you make about Europe and Islam, etc., like some of the core moments in European history, Islam is geographically not around the corner, it's across the road.
Yeah.
Right, subhanallah. So when you're aware of the history of Andalusia, for example, Al-Andalus, when you're aware of the history, even the Ottomans in Turkey, and you visit, because I understand that we like traveling, we like having a good time in foreign countries and stuff like that, but if you just even read a Wikipedia page, I know that I'm really, really like minimizing it, but like if you read a Wikipedia page before you went to مثلا Al-Andalus or etc. and whatnot, about Abdul Rahman al-Dakhil, Abdul Rahman the First, and the Umayyads in Al-Andalus, etc. Your appreciation for this place would be like, there's one thing that my father's historian, one of the things that he's mentioned to me previously as well, is that, can you imagine that around the corner in Al-Andalus we had khulafa, we had caliphs that were blonde with blue eyes. It seems like a different world, subhanAllah, right? It seems like a different world. Like, I have a brother who attends, who I was teaching Arabic to at one point, and he also is in one of the other classes that I teach, and he is Spanish. He's a Spanish revert. And subhanAllah, him, even when we talk about the history of Spain, I mean, this is his blood. This is his blood.
But also the impact on the Spanish language.
Yeah, the impact on the Spanish language, the impact that, on the Spanish people. Dr. Uthman Latif, who's a known historian, is a good friend, of my father's, and he's also a good friend of mine. And, he gifted me a recent novel that he wrote. And he mentioned this novel is essentially capturing some of the pain that the Muslims in Spain went through, you know, in the Inquisition, etc. And he said to me, I was so touched when I visited Spain. He said to me, do you know how I wrote this book? I said, how did you write this book? It's published, proper book. He said, I wrote this book. I started writing it on the plane on my phone. It's a novel. It's a novel. It's a novel about a Spanish family, Muslim family who went through, you know, some of the tests, etc. That some of the people in Al-Andalus went through. But the point is that when you see these places, of course, undoubtedly, it's an amazing sight, amazing things to see. But man, please, if you just understand, like if you read the history,
of course, you should definitely. I mean,
it changes everything for you.
You appreciate it more, and it definitely. That's why I said, you know, you need to bring especially the youth to these places in Europe.
100%.
You know, they need to walk around the Baschash in Bosnia.
Yeah.
Try the kebabs there.
Yes.
You know, the coffees and everything.
Yes.
Visit Ali Ezet Begovic's, for example, a cemetery. It's not only about the history from 600 years ago. It's about the recent history.
Yeah.
You know, how the Bosnian War in the 90s.
With the Serbs and
you know how they fought for survival of the Muslims in Europe, and there was a genocide in Srebrenica. You know, you need to visit those places.
Yes.
You know, more than 9,000 graveyards in Srebrenica. Or, you know, if you go to Mostar, if you look at the Mostar Bridge, which was built during the Ottomans, and then in the Bosnian War, the Croats, they shelled it and the bridge collapsed and they rebuilt it again. But this is all life history, you know, Muslim history, which you can see and touch. Or even go to a place like Dresden, Eastern Germany.
Yeah.
There is a place called Die Türkische Kammer. It's basically like the Turkish chamber.
Okay.
And you know the king of that area, of Saxonia, he was a fan of the Ottomans. He was a fan of the Sultan in Istanbul, basically. And he would send his aides regularly for shopping. So they buy the kaftans, and then they would come back with these fantastically decorated kaftans. He would put them on, and he would ride on his horse on special occasions with his Sultan kaftans. Because the trendsetters of the time were the Sultans in Istanbul. Yeah, so sometimes you're thinking, this is not possible. That was the reality of the time. And, you know, the biggest Ottoman artifactual collection outside Istanbul is in Dresden. You know, because of that king, he kept hoarding all these artifacts about Ottomans because he loved it, and you know it's preserved until this day. So yes, in every place you go, you can search for the history. It doesn't have to be Muslim history always, but particularly, you know, we should be interested in the Islamic history and you know 100%. Learn about it.
100%. It's a very, very powerful history. It's a very, very, you know, subhanallah, actually, and this is quite relevant. If I go on Twitter, there's a popular, you know, this guy is becoming quite popular nowadays, and he's you know, he actually made an Islamophobic tweet one day ago, and he wrote, this guy's name is Charlie Kirk, and he wrote on Twitter, Islam is not compatible with Western civilization, full stop. His tweet got 41 million views. It's got 157,000 likes. Okay. 20,000, over 20,000 retweets. Okay. I responded to this tweet. I quote tweeted it, and I wrote, without the Islamic civilization, there is no Western civilization. And this is when you know the history, when you understand the history, right? Subhanallah. And someone actually responded to me, someone else. And you realize when you discuss this, the importance of this is not only for yourself, it's also for these non-Muslims who are around. Because nowadays we live in a time, unfortunately, where the far right, you know, politically speaking, there's a lot of Islamophobia now against Muslims, etc. This guy responded to me and he wrote, Greece and Rome predate Islam by thousands of years. So he's trying to, you know, push back on me. So I responded to him and I wrote, and it is through the translations of Muslims that you are aware of Greece and Rome.
Exactly.
So this is the point, that many people don't understand that your history as a Muslim, you know, even me, as someone who, I really love history, and I feel like I don't know enough about history.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I can't know enough about this. It's so important. It's such an important thing, your identity, etc. And when you know this, and then we come back to, for example, what we've been discussing, your halal tourism and your travel, and you're going to Muslim countries. Wallahi, I think people, you're gonna, when you see, when you know about Al-Andalus and then you go to Al-Andalus, you're gonna appreciate it in a different way. You're gonna see things in a different manner. It will actually make you emotional. It'll make you really, subhanAllah, touched that this is where we were at one point, and now, it links also back to one of the things you began this conversation with, mentioning how, you were working for 10 years in the oil industry, you were doing marketing, etc., and you realized there's something more to this, and then you went into, this industry that you're currently in. But the point is, one of the points that you raised was about us as Muslims now. We've become so complacent. I mean, this is what you were alluding to, become so complacent, and we should say this. Not that it's bad. We're not saying it's bad to have a job, okay? But people have become so complacent in, having mediocrity, actually, that they don't realize that there was a time in history where the Muslims were in a golden civilization. They were the forerunners in all of the things you're talking. So when it comes to tech companies, that is how it should be. We should have,
we should seek the knowledge and strive for the best in whatever we are doing.
Yes.
So even if you're, I don't know, if you're a barber, just try to be the best in town, in the country.
Yeah.
But also, when it comes to, so you were talking about, sorry, I lost what I was going to say.
We were talking about,
What did you mention?
What did you say? What was it related to? This is the worst feeling, isn't it?
I can't remember.
I was talking about Islamic civilization and how it's so important for us to research things, and
just building on that thought that Islam gave a lot to the West. Are you aware of non-Muslims seeking halal options in tourism? Is that a concept that does exist?
It does.
Really?
It's not in terms of halal, in terms of they want halal food in particular per se.
Yeah, why would they want that? Yeah.
It's more about, for example, secluded areas. So,
Fine.
So, for example, you want to have your private pool on your villa, and they enjoy the concept of having it fully secluded. So no one can see you.
Yes.
Privacy. People like privacy. Or we have had customers in the past who heard about these resort hotels in Antalya, for example.
Yeah.
And who called us and said, I'm not a Muslim. I'm German. I'm from Germany. And can I book this hotel with you? And we're like, yeah, in principle, you can book it. But what's your interest? So you're saying you're not Muslim. Why you want to go to this hotel? I've got 2 daughters. They're both 16 years old. And I don't want people to disturb them when they're holidaying. I want them to be in a safe environment. And I know from my Muslim neighbors that these type of resort hotels, they offer an alcohol-free environment. People are, not interested in the other sex, basically.
Yeah.
And people can enjoy themselves. So there are, people who have these, values as well, which are, that doesn't have to be exclusively from as a Muslim value. These are more family values which are shared by others as well.
Yes.
So there, we have these type of customers. Obviously, we are not targeting non-Muslims really. In our marketing efforts, we are more targeting Muslim travelers. We're targeting
which makes
halal
sense.
conscious people who are also during their travels who want to have their halal needs being taken care of.
Yes.
Also, we have good prices. People coming.
Honestly, you do, to be
finding,
honest with you.
Good portfolio of hotels in Maldives.
Yeah.
So, halal booking. So, so what? They just booking on halal booking.
Yeah.
Because we offer good rates and just the best price wins,
Yeah.
So, we have these there's demand, actually, bigger demand also for family holidays for non-Muslims as well. Because I think a lot of people are fed up with this party type of hotels, very noisy until late night.
Yeah.
People sometimes just want quiet.
They want to
just
relax.
a calm and relax and healthy environment. And also, some people also appreciate the health aspect of halal meat as well. So there is scientific research obviously around the halal way of slaughtering animals, etc. And some of the best chefs in the world, they prefer halal cut meat for their steaks. Yeah, so they think it's that it tastes just much better. So there is also this health aspect, there's the taste aspect of halal food as well.
Yeah.
And also knowing that there's an alcohol-free environment, people just like it for various reasons. We also have customers, who are alcoholic in the past. And now they're booking through Halal Booking because they can find easily hotels without alcohol-free properties, because they are now dry. I mean, they don't drink anymore. They don't want to be in an environment where people drink because it's a temptation of
interesting,
for them as well. So there's all sorts of people who come to our websites and book because of the alcohol aspect, the family friendliness aspect, the seclusion, privacy aspects, there's all sorts of things.
Yeah, I just remembered there was a case when the Ukrainian-Russian war, just before it started actually.
Okay.
There was a good trend from Ukrainian tourists trying to find hotels in Antalya region in Turkey through Halal Booking where there's no alcohol served.
Okay.
So to avoid Russian tourists in the same.
Wow.
So there was a trend like
that's quite a political
booking,
reason for
also political reasons.
checking
Halal Booking.
alcohol-free resorts through Halal Booking, basically. Yeah.
Wow.
That was the only platform.
That's the type of stuff we want to hear, man.
Because Russian tourists would prefer a place where they can drink as well. Yeah, so
yeah. Of course,
it reduces the risk of meeting a Russian, basically.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, subhanAllah. So Turkey, okay, Japan.
Uzbekistan is a nice place to go. Yeah,
I've been hearing a lot.
If you want to discover Muslim history, some of the best writers, historical travelers, most of them come from that region. Yeah.
You like Uzbek food?
I love it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's a bit oily and fatty, but it's just.
I haven't.
Tasty.
I don't know if I've tried. I don't think I've tried Uzbek food like that.
I mean, it's meat and rice heavy.
You know the qabili that Afghans have. It's basically Uzbek, isn't it? I mean, this is gonna cause a lot of problems online. But like, when I said I made a video about Imam Abu Hanifa, and I said Imam Abu Hanifa, he was. It's mentioned that he comes from Persian descent. Now me, I'm inshallah, respectable individual. I do my research before I talk about these things. I went to, we have the book here, Siru Alam al-Nubala, written by Imam al-Dhahabi. One of the main sources that we would use for stuff like this, right? Looking at biographies of previous scholars, etc. And that's what Imam al-Dhahabi mentioned, right? I've got all of these Afghan brothers and sisters on my TikTok going crazy in the comments. He was Afghani. He was Afghani. I'm like, okay, man, sorry. Like, I was just quoting a Dhahabi. But it's really, really interesting. But when you talk about food, it's the concept of food. You know how we were talking about Ottomans and history and the impact, etc. One of the things that I find really interesting is the way in which clothing traveled. So I'll give you an example. Bakush, our producer, he's Libyan. Okay. Now, this Eid, I actually wore the Libyan, cultural clothing. What is it called?
We call it a Badla Arabiya.
Badla Arabiya. Okay, fine. That's what they call it, right? So it's obviously, this is a Libyan hat. It's with this hat. And they have like a shalwar kameez type of thing. Sorry, I'm just going to say it how it is, right? It's like a shalwar kameez type of thing.
For the Pakistani Urdu speakers.
No, that's basically what it is, man. And then they wear... and then they wear the vest, and then they wear a jacket on top. The jacket on top is heavily embroidered. Like, I shouldn't say embroidered. It's like kind of... It's not embroidery technically, is it? It's like a...
No, you're right.
Is it embroidery?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, fine, yeah. So like... Anyway, so I wore that. I saw one of the other brothers I know who was from Jordan originally, and he was showing me some of the clothing that the Prince of Jordan is wearing, and he was saying to me, if you come Jordan, I'm going to take you to the same tailor, we can get it made for you and stuff like that. So in Jordan, they wear a similar jacket on top of their thobes. So I noticed that this jacket, the jacket,
and there's there as well,
is exactly like
where does it come
his
from
jacket
originally?
So I asked him, the Jordanian brother, and he said, actually, this comes from the Ottomans.
Yeah.
Interestingly, right? The Ottomans, it was seen as something, it would have been seen, I'm sure, like we assume it would have been seen as, you know, a respectable clothing to wear, etc., nice clothing to wear. So it's spread. So you find remnants of that in Libya. Let's not go too far. The hat that I'm wearing comes from the Ottomans, you know, if I've got it correct, right? This hat, you have it in red as well. They wear it in Tunisia, they wear it in Libya, etc. And you'll find
in Bosnia,
you'll find similar, you know, versions of these hats all over the region. It's coming from somewhere, right? So it's very, very interesting. And the same thing happens with food. The same thing happens with food. So like Uzbek rice, I think they do, it's the same as the qabri, right? Do they put raisins and carrots and
carrots,
stuff like that? That's basically the qabri rice, right? That the Afghans eat and stuff like that. I'm going to upset a lot of people by this. But you shouldn't get upset, man. It's okay, you know? It's okay.
No, food is
food's the best
food
anyway.
is another aspect why you should travel.
Yeah.
And when you
100%.
travel, you should avoid all these fast food chains, etc. Go to the local restaurants where the locals eat. It's usually cheaper, much more tastier, and you actually learn about the culture and you meet actually the local people as well. If you go to all those fast food places, it's usually the tourists hang out. You don't really learn about the culture and the history of people.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's another way of discovering a country through the foods, the local restaurants.
You know, in Japan, for example, I got a little bit unwell one of the days and stuff. So, you know, when you get unwell, one of the nice things to have is like soup, right? So I found a halal, it was completely halal ramen place.
Yeah.
And I went myself and had it. Excellent stuff, honestly. And you're right, that's the thing. Like, sometimes you truly appreciate, you know, food in a specific country, like better than the country. And this actually brings me to an extremely controversial question that I just remembered. It's extremely controversial. And this is going to be controversial to you guys, right? It's to do with Turkish food. Okay. So, forgive me, okay? But when I love Turkish food. Okay, that's just a, you know, muqaddimah.
What type of Turkish food?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
the ones which you see in London, or you know?
Yeah, like so. For example, you know, I don't know. I hope this is Turkish food. Like, you know, like you guys have like, you know, the way
kebabs and
the way the Turks do the kebabs and the grills and it's very similar. It's very similar, right? I feel like Turkish food in London is better than Turkish food in Turkey.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean,
do you know what I mean? Like, because when I went Turkey on the streets of Istanbul, I'm ordering like, let's say an Adana, and I'm like, what's going on with this, man? Like, Gokyuzu is better than this. Like, so I don't know.
I mean, I think
you've definitely eaten at the wrong places, Musa.
Maybe.
Look,
when I went Nusra in Turkey, it was good.
Yeah, but you know, the restaurants in Europe, in London, or Turkish restaurants in particular.
Yeah,
they're obviously slightly more adapted to the European mouth of, you know, people's taste buds. But you know, in Turkey, the kitchen is much more diverse.
Yes,
what you see here is just a small section. It's mainly meat stuff, and it's fast food stuff.
So it's not properly representing Turkish
where are
food.
all the seafood dishes which we have in Turkey? Nothing here in the UK.
So Turks actually have
all the
seafood
vegetarian dishes. Nothing. I mean, there's soups. I mean, there's like 2-3 dozen types of soups, and it's a fundamental part of Turkish cuisine that you start your dinner with a soup first. Then you have a small other starters, nice salads. There are different types of salads.
This is education.
And then you have main dish. Could be meat, could be you know, vine leaf stuff.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian. Yogurt is a fundamental ingredient as well.
Yeah.
And then you have a nice dessert. It could be baklava or some of the other tens of different dessert types.
Yes.
But here in the UK, you only get baklava the most as a dessert. Where are all the kunefes and all the milky stuff? They don't exist here.
Yeah.
Because it takes longer to prepare. People don't really know them.
Yeah, exactly.
So you prepare them as a restaurant chef, and probably just one or two guests will go for it because everyone goes for the one which they know, which is baklava. Or, for the main dishes as well. They just offer you the meats, the kebabs, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if you go
It's
to
true.
Turkey, you'll see tons of different dishes. And, because of the Khilafah, because of the Ottoman Empire having its seat for 600 years in Istanbul,
Yes.
there is also a
Ottoman cuisine and
Ottoman cuisine which has developed. I mean, there are certain regions which trained the chefs, which were then eligible to work in the sarai, and they perfectionized the dishes because of the high standards of the Ottoman sultans. So because of that, dishes have evolved over the years. And if you go to Greece, half of the dishes have got Turkish names because they just adopted it as well.
No, that's 100%. Of course, yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have Romanian food. All our food is just Turkish or Middle Eastern. We don't have any actual Romanian food. Maybe they have Romanian names, but when you look into it, it's just straight up
Turkish food.
food.
There's a lot from.
Yeah, honestly, I think he's the first Romanian river I've met, mashallah.
Yeah,
I think mine as well.
Even if you take doner kebabs, you
Yeah.
know, I haven't seen a good quality doner kebab in the UK.
Really?
Yeah.
We need to take
I
it
mean,
to some places, man.
When you say doner kebab,
Really?
it sounds like very cheapish.
Have you
fast
been
food.
to...
Yeah, but in Turkey it's different.
Me and Muhammad, we have a guilty pleasure. Like, we'll meet up at sorry, I'm just going to expose this. We'll meet up at 11 p.m. sometimes, and we'll be like, I'm just feeling like a dirty doner kebab tonight. So we'll drive down. We're in Northwest London. We drive down to Stoke Newington.
Okay.
Okay, towards...
I used to live there for a couple of years.
There's a place there called Super Kebab.
Yeah.
That's
Very famous.
That's a serious place.
Very famous place.
You know it's serious, doner kebab, when they've got a machine. The guy doesn't cut that doner. They've got a machine. No. It's a machine.
And it's not just
Yeah,
one.
it
They've
cuts
got 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
Because there's so much demand.
Have you tried super kebab?
And they're super XXL. Massive.
But even super kebab doesn't cut it for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't cut it for you, super kebab.
No.
Really, yeah? I need to go with you guys to Turkey, man.
You know what? It's one thing is the meat,
Yeah, the quality and
the
stuff.
quality of the meat, but it's also the way they prepare it.
Yeah.
It's not the same way like in Turkey.
I have my different opinion about the quality of meat.
Okay.
I'm from Azerbaijan, by the way.
Okay, mashallah.
A little bit further.
Yes.
And when
Okay.
it comes to lamb kebab, I say that the best place is Azerbaijan. Turkey is not even close.
Muhammad.
But
very
saying
excited.
that, when you're in Turkey, there are so many restaurants.
Yeah.
You just should know the right restaurants. Where to go.
Yeah.
And if you
I
just
think
go
that's
to
my
randomly,
problem. That was my problem in Turkey, that I didn't know, because even Muhammad, after I came back, and I'm hearing from brothers, I think, because what we were doing, we were just walking on the streets in Sultan Ahmed and just walking into any shop, and but there's levels. What I did enjoy was Nusret, but Nusret it's not a proper representation, is it?
But there are better ones where you pay a fraction of what you pay at Nusret.
Yeah.
But it's the quality of the meat, it's the way the chefs prepare it, etc. I mean, if you want, for example, lamb on a spit, the best ones which I've tasted so far, either in Bosnia or in Azerbaijan, to be honest.
We had one in Bosnia that was serious stuff.
Yeah.
It was serious stuff. Actually, they follow me on Instagram. We should shout them out. It's called the Lamb Restaurant, I think. Lamb Restaurant in Bosnia. It's on the way back from Mostar.
Yeah, it's between Mostar and Sarajevo.
That place is a serious place. That place. German doner.
I mean, I grew up with German Turkish doner.
Yes.
So I prefer it actually over the ones which you can get in Turkey.
Okay.
But in Turkey, the meat tastes better,
Yeah.
but then they don't do it with all the sauces and the salads and everything.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like the mixture of it, the
Yes.
tasting all of it in
Yes.
once. That's my personal preference. But when it comes to the meat in Turkey is better.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we're coming towards the end of the podcast. We've done an hour.
We couldn't avoid to talk about doner kebabs.
We had to talk about. Sorry, guys. Sorry, you're Turkish. You're Turkish, so we had to. We had to be a bit. But first of all, honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you guys. I want to end the podcast with going back to like talking about, mashallah, what you guys, the field that you guys are working in and stuff like that. So I'll ask you two questions. The first question, and both of you can answer. The first question is, how do you project halal tourism in the next few years? Like, what is a location that is not that big, maybe, or hasn't been that big, but you think this is going to become massive for Muslims in the next few years? And the second question is, what are any, comments that you'd like to mention, perhaps about your work, about what you do, etc.? Any just general things you'd like to mention related to halal tourism as well, inshallah. So,
you want to answer the first one? About the size of the market?
like where's the market going?
In terms of market, the Muslim traveler market is growing very fast, faster than mainstream market. It's, $250 billion market globally.
SubhanAllah.
The global tourism is 1.5 trillion or something. The thing is, what we do in halal booking, it's our mission is to be a platform for Muslim traveler from anywhere in the world to anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You're not just picking on only very halal conscious traveler designed resorts or whatever. If a
Very
Muslim
nice.
traveler from Malaysia wants to go to Brazil, he or she can check on halal booking, what resort or hotel can I find there suitable for me,
Amazing.
And for us, any hotel can offer anything for halal. Even removing alcohol
That's
from
something.
guest room, it's a halal content for us.
It's
That's
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, the missionary is, just to be a platform for a Muslim traveler to find ideal hotel. And it depends on your expectation. If you go on family travel, leisure, your expectation is different than, if you go on business travel.
Yes.
So still checking on halal booking. What's next for us is to go beyond not just leisure accommodations, only vacational rentals, which is my favorite holiday myself, to booking restaurants, for instance, tours and activities.
Nice,
that's the next
mashallah.
level for us.
Incorporating these things as well. And
At the moment, when you search for halal food on Google, what you find only restaurants with Afghani name or Turkish name or Lebanese name, but there are many restaurants where on a menu level, even British, Italian restaurants, or we had an Argentinian steakhouse, they have halal food.
Yes.
Certified, halal lamb or something. Yeah.
Nice.
So none of the platforms, showing those content. It's just on a restaurant level. So we want to bring it to on a menu level.
Inshallah.
That's the next step on the pipeline.
Nice.
So to grow to that level, inshallah. So our journey is all about travel and tours and activities, for how to make it easy for a Muslim traveler to find basically these things. That's our mission.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing, mashallah.
I mean, just to add on what Emir said, so it's $250 billion market, but Muslim population globally is growing very fast.
Yeah.
And mashallah, some of the Muslim countries also, they develop very fast in terms of the economy, people's income, etc. People are traveling more. But also if you look at us ourselves here living in Europe, in the UK, 30, 40 years ago, our parents' understanding of holiday was going back to see their relatives, their parents. So my summer holiday was always going to our hometown in Turkey, spending 6 weeks there during the summer break, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But that was all I could see, basically. We're driving by car all the way from Germany through Austria, ex-Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, etc., to Turkey. And then we spent 5-6 weeks there and then drive all the way back.
Amazing.
But this has now changed completely.
Yes.
So people are now, our generation, the understanding of holiday is 1 year you want to go to New York. Next day you're flying to Oman. Then you're doing a beach holiday in Turkey, or you go to Istanbul. And then you're flying to Morocco, etc. So people are just traveling everywhere. And our job is basically to help them to find hotels and villas in the destination they want, which meets their halal needs. So the market is growing exponentially. So it's 250 billion now, but it's growing continuously. Muslim travelers' needs have increased. They don't just accept any offering. They don't want to compromise their needs. If I'm a Muslim at home, I'm also a Muslim when I'm traveling. So I want to find halal food. I want to be able to pray. I want to be able to to visit the areas, or as a woman, I want to be able to practice my deen and holiday at the same time. So, that's something which definitely develops. And then the second aspect, what I would like to say is, or the last answer, the second question is, my message to everyone out there is, we need to support each other's businesses more.
Yes, for sure.
Because it's easy to blame people and say, why are you not doing it like that one, etc., this and that, and your prices are not the best or whatever. The comparison is not right. So, for example, we are halal booking. We are not a multi-billion-dollar business yet, and to compare them with a multi-billion-dollar business, we can't change everything and do everything overnight.
Of course.
It takes some time. You need to grow. You have to have the financial means, etc., etc. Same for other businesses. We shouldn't be too critical. We should support Muslim businesses, because it's not only about growing their capacity. I've done a lot of work for Muslim charities. I was 15 years on National Council of Muslim Council of Britain, etc. The number one problem we have is financial resources. People are not donating enough. We are easy to donate to humanitarian causes internationally, which we should, definitely.
Of course,
But we also need to think about building capacity back at home.
And businesses.
And, when we have Muslim businesses, who are, socially interested, etc., they will contribute back to the community.
Yes.
They will finance these type of projects, think tanks, political organizations, etc., Muslim institutions, who then can, bring us to the next level, write reports, publish reports, which then help to convince the mainstream media and politicians, change policy, etc. All of that needs financing. Muslim businesses can contribute to that, but Muslim businesses first need to get to that stage so they
need
can
to
do
make profit
this.
first.
So, if we are combined, the Muslim pound is important, to spend it wisely.
Yes. Amazing. Honestly, barakallahu feekum, jazakumullah khairan. Honestly, to yourself, brother Ufuk, to yourself, brother Anwar, and all of the brothers here as well, mashallah.
Thanks for having us.
It's been a pleasure. Honestly, it's been an enjoyable conversation, actually. And for all of the people at home, you guys know what to do. You guys know, subscribe, like, share, all of that stuff. And I will say this. I have not been paid to say this, but I think that you guys should definitely check out Halal Booking. You should support the brothers. They're doing fantastic work. And you know what? Honestly, for me, the prices were actually great. I mean, I've got mashallah, I've been blessed with a specific type of membership, but you should definitely check it out. It's very, very good, inshallah ta'ala. And we'll leave it at that. Barakallahu feekum. We'll see you on the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.